Well, hello out there in social media land. It is an amazing Friday. And I hope that you are ready to let's talk and have some fun on this Friday. Please go out there and share, care, and like this video. Share it with all of those wonderful people out there like you and I that just need an extra boost during your lunch break. And I'm super excited today. If you can't tell, I'm still multitasking as usual. And the grass people, the mowers out here mowing the grass and all of that good stuff, all of that's happening and all of that. But we are here for another conversation on today, and I hope you are ready for this conversation because I definitely am. I have been looking forward to it. Today has been a very amazing morning, even before I could get out of the traditional bed, if you will, because if anybody knows me, traditional bed means that, I'm working 24/7. If I'm not doing something physically, I'm doing something mentally to do something with Victoria Elevates and all of the things that we do here in the studio, or what I call now the lab. I've been referring to the lab. I noticed a few other people have picked up on that, that phrase, and we're working in the lab. And basically what that means is that, we're doing some things that to enhance and better improve. And even on this conversation I had with a very good friend of mine, one of my AP partners, where I was on the phone with her for this morning, and it was just, it's always a pleasure. It's always a moving moment when you can come together and talk to other like-minded people in the avenues of communication. And I tell you guys all the time that my good friend Lisa Washington is one of those people that I admire. She is a communication guru, if you will. And so always talking to her is always a pleasure. But there's a lot of people in my pathway that I enjoy. Hey, Miss Carrie, thanks for watching. There's a lot of people that I enjoy. Please care, share, and like this video. Please share it with all of those beautiful people out there. You too, my friend, are beautiful. So Miss Carrie is one of those people I can always count on, and as far as in brightening up my day. She stays on me about some things, y'all, but I definitely appreciate having true friends in my life. But today has been really amazing morning, because how many of you know that no matter what you're going through, you still got to find the good, the happiness, and the joy in those things, right? And one of the things that I'm finding out is that I'm enjoying life on a different level. As I was sharing with a good friend of mine this morning, I said, there's things behind the scenes that people don't know. Hey, Miss Kay, thanks for joining, my dear friend. There are things that happen behind the scenes that we may never know, we may never understand. But when I tell you that it is also amazing of how we can still push even in those moments, it's a place of peace. When you can push through your pain, when you can push through these things, it's important that you understand how we get through that, right? And so this morning, just having a conversation with a good friend of mine, and just enlightening, because sometimes you need somebody who doesn't know what's going on behind the scenes to give you a push. And that's what I needed this morning. I woke up a little bit discombobulated, if you will. I like to share as people are signing in. So y'all get these people come on here and share with me, because I'm getting to this topic about self-care today. But I woke up and haven't had this happen to me in quite some time. Woke up with a nosebleed. And I was like, wait a minute. Everything else going on. And then, you're going to try to take my blood too, because, we always we always say that cliche as a joke, you can't draw blood out of a turnip. Well, I guess if I was trying to, I don't know. But I woke up with a nosebleed, and I was like, wait a minute, I can't do this today because I got to do self-care. I got to show people self-care. So I kind of woke up a little discombobulated with that. But as I begin to laugh and just think about some other things that's going on in the world, it could be worse. I could have something worse than a nosebleed. I could have something worse than whatever, and we all can. But this is a season, the saying is, this is the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la. But can I be honest with you? And I want to encourage you on today that not everybody has that same experience that you are having with letting this be a jolly, holly, happy Christmas. And it's not about the things that you can give somebody. It's not about the toys and all of that. It's about having the basics of life. And sometimes we take those things for granted. And so I want to encourage you on today to first and foremost always think about somebody else who may not have what you have or maybe having a struggle. Because can I be real? Can everybody put this in your mind? Everybody is going through something. It may not be what you're going through. Sometimes your strengths, the things that you're going through can seem catastrophic for you. But can I be honest with you? There's somebody over here that's dealing with the same thing, that's having a catastrophic moment as well. And it's time for us to be able to tap into that and be more more aware of it and more caring about it, because sometimes people just need to be reminded that life could be worse on another level, that sometimes we as people just need to know that we know that we know that we know. I don't know about you, but there's sometimes that you got to step outside of your own box and you got to start moving into another avenue. And so I am just super glad that I am on this side of the river and you didn't get that message that you needed to see me in a different place, in a different arena, that you may be seeing me from behind the glass. You got to make sure that we understand what the good things really look like. Hey, Tamika, thanks for joining. Haven't talked to you in a while. Great to have you on the show with us on today. That there's sometimes you got to understand that life really does throw you bricks. But when you get those bricks, pick up those bricks and use it for the foundation of where you're going. As I was talking to a good friend of my good friend this morning, we were talking, and she was asking me how was things going with the positive self-building class, and because our schedules kind of conflict, and I said, I guess you would have to ask the students, because when I tell you that I had said I was going to cut it off, when I say I was going to cut off the enrollment for the positive self-building class, building positive relationships, I guess I kind of didn't mean that. And as I was talking to this individual, she said, well, think you need to put it back out there because people need to know more about how to build those positive relationships that mean something. And I said, yes, through some things that I have been talking about and some things I've been sharing with people, I'm learning that people don't know what real positive relationships look like and how they're built. And so I'm going to make this a formal announcement, and you can share this with anybody that's any of my students that are out there. You can share this, that if people want to join, they can still register for the positive self-building class, building positive relationships, until January the 1st. We have a class on tomorrow, and then we're going to take a 2-week Christmas break. I run it just like we do in school at colleges, because that's the arena that we're moving into. And, the academy is growing in 2024. You're going to see more things dealing with the academy, but we are going to extend the enrollment date for the positive self-building class that we're teaching right now, building positive relationships. We're going to extend that to January the 1st. So get out there and tell people that we are extending it. We will put that information out there, but I will also tell you that in 2024, you're not going to be able to take the classes for the prices that you're taking the classes now for, because we're upgrading. We're moving to a different level. We're transitioning, right? Because we want to be able to better help other people in not only to that day, but every day, right? And the other reason why is because we put out a post the other day that we're trying to help 3 families that are in financial struggle, and this is what I want to continue doing with my program, is be able to be an assistance to those individuals on a different level, because everybody's got something going on, right? I mean, I'm still looking for 25 people that can donate $50 to the cause, and so I'm putting that out there. I need 25 people to donate $50 or more to help these three families. Sometimes you got to move yourself out the box and put somebody else in it, right? I can move my situation to the side in order to help these other families, because guess what? I'm going to get blessed. I have been blessed and I will continue to be blessed. But I'm moving myself out of the way so these other people can get help, right? Because I believe in being a help to other people as much as as much as I need it as well, right? So if you have not seen that and you desire to help these three families that I'm trying to help, you can still cash at me, you can still PayPal me to help these three families. $50 for 26. I said $50 for 50 people. See, 50, somebody can do the math for me because I can't do it right now. But 50 people, if I got $50 from 26 people, that would cover these two of these families and what they're looking for their rent. So, think about that. Help other people that can't help themselves. I got babies here. I got a grandson here. But when I'm looking at these other two families that have babies under the age of 3, my heart goes out to them. So whatever I have, I'm going to share it with them. And I do mean that. Whatever I have, I'm going to share it with them. All right, so let's get into the topic for today. And we're talking about self-care, y'all. We're talking about self-care. I need y'all to share that information with people. Share it. Please let people know that we are looking for 50 people that can I said it wrong. 26 people that can donate $50 towards the help. 26 people. I need 26 people that can donate $50 for us to be able to help these two amazing families. It's 3 families, but 2 specific families that have children that are under the age of 2. Let's see. Jeremiah's 5, but they're under my grandson's age. So anybody that can assist us will be greatly appreciated. You can cash app it to me. You can PayPal it to me, all whatever you want to do. But we're trying to help these families before December 29th. $50 for 26 people is not a whole lot. If I'm willing to donate my services as a coach, I can't see why some of these other people who claim to have people's hearts can't do the same thing. Because I'm just going to leave it right there. All right. So today we want to talk about self-care. It's Fresh Cut Friday. We want to do some fresh cutting. We want to get ready for some things and some. I just got a notification that I have a special guest that's going to be on my show on Sunday. You will see more about that later this afternoon. But I want you to be prepared for that. But we're going to be talking about self-care. And the first thing that I want to talk about is some misconceptions of self-care that people have told, that you've thought about, but guys, let me tell you, you just didn't know, you just don't know that it's really not true, right? So today we want to talk about those points of things that people talk about that really, you don't know, you don't have a clue. It's misconceptions that we all think about, or some things that we think about when we talk about self-care, that we think, wow, am I doing some things for the right reason, right? So when we talk about self-care, there's misconceptions that we all may have had or we all have heard about, but I want to tell you some things that you may, we're going to say myths, if you will, but typically there are some things that we talk about that are self-care misconceptions. And let me first and foremost say that any person that is dealing with yourself in this season, especially those of us that have experienced any form of depression or any anxieties, because seasonal issues arise, and sometimes we take it for granted and we don't move forward with it. But I want to encourage you first and foremost that you are the most important person in the world to yourself, and the only way that your family friends can have peace during the holiday season with you is that you practice some self-care things for yourself. And so I want to wash out the misconceptions. And the first one is this: self-care is for specific groups. The first thing that people often say is that when you hear self-care is, it's for the people that are homeless. The people that are hurting. The people that have bad health. Self-care is for everyone, every color, nationality, sex, gender, whatever you want to say. Self-care is for everybody. Everybody needs to have some form of a self-care piece in place for you. So stop thinking that you can't do self-care because, baby, you do need self-care. Can I be honest with you? Everybody needs a form of self-care. You need to do something today to start helping yourself understand how important you are to the process of self-care. So it's not for a specific group, it's for everybody. That's a myth. Self-care is for a specific group. No, self-care is for everybody. This is the other thing. This is the other point. People say that self-care is selfish. If you take out time for yourself and you say, I'm going to sit by the wayside, I'm not talking to anybody, I'm just gonna have a moment of peace and silence to myself. A lot of times people will say, wait a minute. That's being selfish. If you call me and I say, hey, I can't talk right now because it's not on my schedule, you think that's selfish. Can I be honest with you? Self-care is not selfish. Self-care is taking care of yourself to the utmost. Self-care is not selfish. It is a part of being knowing who you are to yourself. It's a time and a season for all of us to understand that when you are doing self-care, that means you're taking care of the best product in the world, yourself, right? You're taking care of your physical, your mental, and your emotional self. Is the most important thing when you're trying to prioritize self-care. It is not a bad thing. It is absolutely a good thing. Can I be honest with you? Some of you need to practice selfishness. Come to the positive self-building course and we'll teach you how to practice selfishness in the right way, if you will, because there is a way to take care of yourself without allowing yourself to be manipulated by other things. Self-care is a part of being able to be intentional of what you want to accomplish. It's okay to put the phone down. It's okay to tell people you're not available at a certain time. Can I be honest with you? There's about to be a post made out there about my hours of operation that I'm going to stick to. Don't If you're calling me as a friend, call me as a friend. But if you're calling me for business or advice or whatever, there's going to be a time coming in 2024. You're not going to be able to do it without having a inside scoop, can I say? And some people do. Miss Carrie, Miss Kay, they got the inside scoop. They know how to reach me on a private note. I'm just saying. No. Self-care is not selfish. It's something that you need to do. The other misconception that people experience is that self-care takes a lot of time. No, it doesn't. It just takes a good plan. And guess what? I am your elevation motivational specialist. My job is to provide you with the insight of how you need to be able to look at your schedule and plan it accordingly. There's nothing wrong with you setting a time for that, right? It doesn't require you a 24-hour day. It requires you being committed to it. Planning self-care does not mean that you're going to spend 24 hours a day doing it. It just means that you're going to implement a plan that you're going to work with. That's what it means, right, guys? So let's take out the naysayers out of this thing. Let's put some real stuff in it. And so I want to take a few minute break. I want you to check out some things that's getting ready to take place, and then we'll be back with some another information about self-care. I just love that music, don't y'all? It makes you want to go. I gotta call Donnie. Donnie got the beats. If y'all know Donnie got the beats, he is one of our sponsors. He is one of our sponsors of Victoria Elevates and Uncensored Conversation. He's one of our sponsors, and so we use a lot of his music on our show. But that's not one of them. Now, hold up just a minute. Let me say that's not one of them, because you will know, because I'll tell you that we give rights to Donnie for allowing us to use his music. But that beat right there just kind of makes me want to do like it's y'all. Okay, so that goes into what I want to talk about next. Fun facts about self-care. That's what we want to talk about next. Let me give you some fun things to know about self-care that you may not be aware of, that you might need to be aware of on today, right? One of the things that I am just I'm amazed about is how sometimes we can take the simplest things and not realize that we're enjoying life just a little bit more, right? And one of those things that I want to talk about is this fun fact. Free adventures. What is a free adventure? I'm glad you asked, okay? Because I want to tell you what a free adventure is. A free adventure is taking yourself on just hopping in your car and just disconnecting from computer screens. Sometimes it's just taking a long walk. I'm very fortunate that I am now taking advantage of an area in my neighborhood that is associated with a park, right? And so what I can do is during safe times, with other people. I don't go by myself, right? But doing this with other people is this: walking to the woods and having not woods, but to the park, because the way our park is, it goes around a whole set of trees. Now, you, like I said, be cautious, use common sense, but you walk around this whole area and it takes you through the trees. It takes you through nature. It allows you to see some things, right? And so take a little adventure trip. That's an adventure to me, right? The other thing with being having an adventure time is this: create something different in your walk, right? So now when I'm trying to do exercise in the house, because sometimes I can't get out, but when I'm in the house and I'm doing exercises, I got my own self to a do beat when I'm doing exercises, y'all. It's a new adventure because I imagine myself at the beach, being at the beach, being in a different environment. Because see, sometimes you got to put yourself in a place where you're not mentally dealing with the same shenanigans of what everybody else does. See, one of the reasons why I enjoy teaching the positive self-building class, building positive relationships, is because you have the opportunity of connecting your minds with other people's on an adventure, right? One of the things that my students can tell you that I take them on is I take them through a journey to learn about different aspects of different Disney movies, if you will. And we look at it from a different point of view. That's a whole different adventure. That's a place that you can go and nobody else can go with you but you. But the other way that you can have a free adventure is to be in your mind and you're really focusing on what it would look like and what it feels like to be on the other side of the beach and what that beach experience really gives you. Hey, Sandra, thanks for watching. Haven't seen you out there for a minute, girl. So glad to have you with us in the house. You got to show some of those pieces out there, friend. I'm telling you, you're making some beautiful jewelry. This young lady, Sandra Wesley, I know her from back home. She does some beautiful jewelry pieces. I'm going to need y'all to go out there and check her out. If you're not friends with her, reach out to her. Her name is Sandra Wesley. Go out there. And she's also started to do some painting. So Sandra, you're right here on the right day to talk about the self-care, because I've noticed that she started doing some painting, right? She's an artist in various different things. She does a lot of things. Well, in that avenue of painting, she can take herself on a mental adventure that she may not have if she was physically to go. So I'm encouraging you to find other ways to have an adventure with yourself, finding other ways to see something from a different perspective. The second fun fact is this right here. Y'all know I love music, any kind of music. Okay, where is Donnie? Somebody tell Donnie to get on, because I need Donnie. Donnie helps me with my musical career. Carrie, you help promoting my career. I need Donnie to help me get some beats with the career. Okay. But I love music. But the thing about music is it makes the body move. Hey, I don't know about you, but just listening to that right there, I'm going to do all kind of music. No. Okay, I'm sorry. I got it in my head, y'all. So when you're dancing, though, just dance, man. Just get the body out there and move it, y'all. You got to move it, move it. You got to move it, move it. Come on, y'all. You just got to move it. Dancing is one of the ways that you can really free up some things in your avenue that you may not even know that it's available. You're welcome, Sandra. It is my pleasure. I tell tell you that you have to get it moving. You got to move it, move it. You got to move it, move it. And what better way than with, Miss Carrie, thank you, girl. Get that. Look, y'all better check out Miss Carrie with her All About That Music, LLC. That's my girl right there. But she's got some music. Raekwon has some music out there that will make you beat and make it just, hey, hey, hey. You got to get it into the beat. See, dancing gives you that feel back. Can you guys remember back in the day when, because some of us are older than 25, right? Okay, let's be real. I mean, I'm only 32, but lies. Anywho, but back in the day when you heard that music, you were just jamming to the beat. You didn't lose it, guys. You just need to recreate it. When I'm dealing with Miss Carrie and Raekwon and I'm listening to their music, baby, I'm just gonna be, hey, they can tell you. I was at Miss Carrie's birthday party, baby. Now I shook my tail feather. Why? Because it felt good to have the energy. It felt good to move the body, right? Okay, some of y'all can't dance until you get to church, right? That's okay. Y'all can do that too, dancing and praising the Lord. But sometimes you need the other music just to get you, hey, moving it. I don't know about you, but I enjoy dancing. I have never been a true dancer, but now I'm learning that I can dance a little bit. It's just like, it's a part of what we're doing. It's in the beat. You got to get in the beat. You got to move your feet. Hey, Miss Stephanie Horton in the house, my other fellow coach. She knows what it likes. We got to get into the groove of some things. You got to make your body move. Dancing can be one of the creative ways that you can have self-care. It's fun, but it's also exciting, and you're exercising. You're moving to the beat. And sometimes if you ain't got a radio or you ain't got the stereo on, think about one of those old songs that back in the day that just made your fingers pop, baby. I'm thinking all kinds of songs in my head right now that just makes your fingers pop. See, the thing is, you gotta create that atmosphere of self-care for yourself. You gotta make it be a part of who you are and what you are. One of the other things, and I love doing this, that you can do as a fun fact, is a fun thing to do, is just laugh until it becomes silly to you. Laugh, it makes the whole body move. Laughing is what we all need to empower ourselves and just get to another place. Laughing makes the heart grow fonder. Laughing, come on, Stephanie, tell the people, that's the truth. It's great for the mental health. What we're talking about today is increasing what you can do to better your mental health and your capabilities. Honey, Carrie, I'm with you, girl. I got a whole party going on in my mind. Carrie, guess what, girl? I remember when we was at your birthday party. When I need to go back to in something in my head and I start dancing and then I start laughing because I think about how much fun we had just being real, just being fun, just pushing to another level. All of these are fun facts, but there are means of self-care that you can implement to have a good time. You can make yourself better by laughing. You can just think about some things and just crack up laughing. Look, sometimes I share little, pictures with my friends and they're like, girl, you crazy. I shared a picture the other day, guys, with a friend of mine, and it was a picture of a guy that was jumping out of a casket. Okay, y'all gotta laugh now, okay? The guy, because I'm not a joke teller, right? So the guy is jumping out of the casket and he's looking in the audience at his funeral to see who's crying. And I sent a message to one of my best friends and I said, girl, that is me all day, every day. Because, hunty, I'm going to wake up out that casket and I'm going to say, look, don't you say nothing because you didn't say nothing before. Don't you be laughing because you ain't got nothing to laugh about. And, hunty, what you doing wearing that dress to my funeral? Can you just imagine what you would say? Okay, maybe some of y'all don't have that sense of humor. But when I think about that, I just cracked up laughing because the picture speaks of a realness in all of us. What do you think about when you don't think about certain things? My good friend Coach K says, I think about what I think about when you thought about it, when you talk about it. Now, that ain't what she said, but that's how I say it. But guess what? That makes me laugh. We have to take a moment and just laugh. Sometimes laughing will cure so many different things. Baby, if I can tell you, Miss Carrie, there's days, and you know it, there are days if I sat here and didn't laugh about some things, I'd be crying silly. But baby, it's time to make that move. right now, baby, and laugh. Enjoy life. Laugh a little. You got to laugh a little, and you got to laugh. I'm going to change the whole song. You got to play a little. You got to bounce with it, rock with it, dance with it, laugh with it, push it out to another level. Keep it moving. It's Fun Friday. Do something that you normally wouldn't do, right? One of those things you might not normally do is have a hot toddy tonight because it's going to be cold. But baby, I'm going to have a hot toddy tonight because my levels are down where I can have it. And plus, it's going to be cold. So I'm going to dance a little, laugh a little, and take myself on an adventure. How about you? Are you ready? Can you do it? Can you rock with me? Can you roll with me? It's time for you to enjoy life, right? Okay, what you trying to say? But this is the thing. You gotta, if you don't laugh, sometimes we will be crying more than anything else, baby. Can I tell you, with all of the things that we have experienced, anything, everything that we have seen in this season, I'm just telling you, it's time to laugh a little, enjoy life a little. It's time to have fun. It's time to have fun. It's Fun Friday. It's it's Fun Friday. What you talking about, Miss Carrie? What is it? Miss Carrie says she's laughing at me all the time. Why? Because she knows that in all of my joking, I'm still giving you something positive to think about. I'm giving you something to get out of your norm. Because elevated, not tolerated means to rise above anything and everything, hunty, that has held us down, has caused us to feel inadequate, and has done so unpleasantly. Baby, with you and I together, we're going to rise above it because we're going to what? We're going to be empowered, embraced, and educated to be elevated and not tolerated. So you gotta have your win-wins in all kinds of area. Some people will never understand what your win is because you keep allowing them to stay in your dark place. It's time to move some folks out your dark place and move them into your positivity zone, baby. Move them. You got to move it, move it. You got to move it, move it. Okay, I know some of y'all know I love to have fun. It's time to move it, honey. So when I tell you that that's what we need to do, we need to move to a different beat. Dance, 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 dance all night. Carrie, I'm gonna need you to call Donnie. Or either tell Raekwon to get on because I wanna dance, dance, dance all night. See, that's a church song, but we're gonna dance all night, right? Look, I want to go to another part that I want you to be aware of that's going on with Victoria Elevates. Victoria Elevates is the proud owner of Elegant Elevations, wedding floors, and more. And we got some stuff that's getting ready to kick off in 24. So take a breather with them and get a couple of water because we're getting ready to go into the last part of the show, and we're gonna give you some tickety-tock tips where you can improve your self-care. Check this out. Yes, 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 yes. We do everything that you can imagine at a wedding except bake a cake because that's my daughter, Christy's. That's my daughter. She's the cake baker. She is the homemaker, baker, breaker with your taste buds. flashing. I'm telling you, that girl is throwing down with everything that she does. And so she's the baker for any of you all that needs a fresh cake, homemade baked, and with it's baked with all the love that she can give you. But I can't do that for being Elegant Elevation now. I can't do that now. What I can do is provide you with the capabilities of having me as your officiant. Can you imagine me doing your wedding? Boom. It's going to be the most lively wedding that you'll ever experience as a wedding or officiante. I will make everybody in your organization, in your group, in your family. If they didn't love you before, they're going to love you more, even more after I be the officiant at your wedding. But on top of that, I can also offer you the most beautiful floral arrangements in the world. Ask some of my customers that own right now with us, right? I want to give you some self-care tips now that can help you in some other avenues, right? Self-care tips that we can take into 24. Let's not wait for 24 to hit it up, baby. Let's do some things right now. Let's get it together. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it live, baby. It's all the way live. I want to give you some things that you can do. Oh, Miss Carrie, you already know. And so Miss Carrie gets my daughter's cake. She and Miss Carrie gets all our floral arrangements. Miss Carrie even allowed us to be the one of the people to do her decorations for her her wedding for her birthday. And we had a ball. And that cake went so fast. Oh my God. Can I just say people were eating it? See, this is the thing though. I want you to understand that even in this season, there's a lot of things that we as people need to do, right? Self-care, the tips that you can take into 24. I'm going to give you 3 of my favorites right now because I already know. I already know what I'm working on. I'm working on it. Can't you tell? I'm working on it. I'm working on it. And that's to change. The first thing it's a fourth one, is you got to change your attitude about some things, right? Put that down as number 1 because I didn't list that one. But change your attitude, your mindset. And if you need help with changing your mindset, Coach K Clark is the mindset coach. Yes, she is. She's a certified master life coach. And if you need some help with understanding how that mind of yours works, I want you to reach out to her and check her out because she is the journey life coach. And I want you to be able to reach out to her. But this is the thing, changing how you think about some things, thinking about the mindset and how you change what you think about self-care and what you're going to do to move into 2024. It might be that you need a relationship coach. It might be that you might need to call Stephanie Horton because she's a relationship coach. You might need to call her and ask her about how to get that man's attention the right way. I don't know. I'm just saying. But at the end of the day, thank you, Miss Carrie. You're so sweet. She always gives me that heads up, and I love working with Miss Carrie. See, this is the thing. But you have to change that mindset. You got to think about how you do some things differently in order to move. You got to move it. You can't move it if you ain't moving, baby. I'm just saying, change your mind, change how you do, and develop a love that's unconditional for you. That's all I'm going to say. So one of the other things I want to tell you about what we're talking about tips for 2024 is one of my favorites and what I am encouraging all of my students to partake in. And this is it. Take 30 minutes before bedtime. Now, the word bed didn't go in there. So let me tell you what that's supposed to say. That's supposed to say, I was just making sure that y'all was reading it. Take 30 minutes before your bedtime. That is something that I am trying to implement now. I haven't been great in it, but I have been doing it, and it does make a difference. At 30 minutes before you're going to lay yourself to rest, stop doing everything. When I did it last night, it was amazing. That's probably why I slept so like I did. But take 30 minutes out of your schedule. See, I'm learning as I'm teaching. I'm learning as I'm teaching it, right? But when you take out that 30 minutes before you go to bed, you are setting the atmosphere for your rest, right? So take 30 minutes before you go to bed and say, I'm not doing anything. Even if you're one of those people like me that you got to have the TV on or you got to have some music on. I got to have music playing for me. I'm just a music fanatic. See, I told you, Carrie, I'm just a music fanatic. But when I play that music, doing that 30 minutes and when I'm preparing myself, you get ready to get yourself together. You're putting yourself in a place of a mindset where you're creating an ambiance for yourself, right? One of the things that I am encouraging all of us to do in 2024 is to rearrange your bedrooms, rearrange rooms that you are associated with all the time, right? When you're in that bedroom, hunty, okay, so let me speak to my single girls. All the single ladies, all the single ladies, all the single ladies, all the single ladies. Okay. All of you single ladies out there. I know single men too, but ladies, sometimes we don't feel like we're all of that in 5 bags of chips unless we got a brother, but this is what you can do with that. It's very easy. You can still have a romantic evening for yourself, and you can be the best person in the room. Can I just tell you, you can be that girl that's in the room of your own atmosphere. When you set that 30-minute time away, like look, Teddy said it. Teddy said, turn off the lights, light a candle. Take 30 minutes before you go to bed and turn off the lights, baby, and light a candle. It is the most exhilarating experience that you can have before you get ready for bed. That's what I'm starting to do as an ambiance for me. I'm changing the atmosphere in my room. I'm getting ready to tell somebody I need some new curtains. I don't know. I want to do something totally different in 24, right? But check this out. This is what I want you to understand what to do. I want you to have some fun with it. Look, I got to put my glasses on because y'all send up these messages I can't see. Oh, girl, wait a minute. All right, Sandra. Now, see, Sandra, you girl, you is in the room with me. See, Sandra says, yeah, turn your body and sleep at the foot of the bed sometimes and put on some jazz music. Miles Davis is the biz on bomb. I'm just here to tell you. You see, this is the thing. You think you're not only in another bed, you think you're in another room. See, Sandra is getting what I'm talking about. You got to change your atmosphere. You got to make it do what it do for you, baby. Take that time and just make it bounce to the out. Right? See, thank you, Stephanie, taking that time for clarity and peace. It's going to push you into a whole nother level. When you take that 30 minutes and include your prayer time if you need to, include having your moment with God time. But baby, can I also encourage you to take some time and set the ambiance for you to enjoy your space in that room. Put on some good old music and call it a day. Hey, Pastor Sheila's in the house. Come on and help us out, sis. From a pastoral standpoint. So the thing is, when we are moving into the level of understanding who we are, we can understand the importance of certain things. Music and taking 30 minutes to clean out the negativity in your room before you close your eyes will make a whole big difference. This is a thing, my dear friend. Such a pleasure to have you with me. See, this is the thing. When you take out that 30 minutes before you go to bed, it moves out the negatives of the day, right? As a positive building coach, this is one of the things that I want you to encourage you to do moving into 24. I want you to go out there and do me a favor. Can you do me a favor? I know you can. I know you will. I want you to try it this weekend. I want you to spend 30 minutes before you get ready to bed. If you got a husband, if you got a wife, tell them boo things. Look, for 30 minutes, boo thing, I'm turning off the lights and I'm gonna light some candles. Not because it could be that night too, but not because of that, but because you are moving out the negativities in the atmosphere. You're moving out those negative spirits that may be riding inside of your avenue. And I know, I pray over everything that I do too. Guess what? God gave me the ability to know what to speak into my atmosphere. I can tell the enemy, it's time. You better hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more. See, sometimes you got to talk to Satan in another language, baby. And so instead of, all of that, I just say, look, it's time for you to get out of here because I'm getting ready to turn off the lights. Pastor Sheena, I'm going to light a candle and I'm just going to have some peace time with me and the Lord before I get into bed. Move out the negativity out of your atmosphere. Change your ambiance. Let the enemy know that, hey, you got some things to do. You got to put some things in perspective, my friends. You got to take it to another level. Now, this is the other thing that I want to talk about that I know a lot of you get tired of me hearing me say it, but I'm going to say it, and I want you to implement it in 24. If you're not going to implement it in 23, I'm going to need you to implement it into your life for 24. Journaling. journaling. Now I can go biblically and I can go naturally with this, right? The Bible says, Pastor Shana, help us sister out because you're the pastor there. I need you to tap in with me. The Bible says, write the vision, make it plain. Do you not know that when you are writing in your journal that you are making the things plain, you're bringing some things to the forefront, you are actually implementing some things. Pastor Shana, she said light the candle too, y'all, and she's singing with me. Pastor Shana, turn off the lights. We laughing, y'all. Check this out. When you are journaling, you are not only writing the bad things that happen for the day, but you are also incorporating what could have been different in the day. When you're journaling, I'm going to be doing a journaling workshop because I think it's important that people understand what journaling really is, right? Come on, Stephanie Hoy. She talking now. Y'all better watch it out. My coaches is in the house right now. Coaches on Parade is coming in 2024. Coach says journaling is all about your visions and your goals. Journaling is about your visions and the goals. It's about putting those things to work. We talk about different avenues. So people don't always, especially in the in the communities. And Pastor Shannon, can I come to your church and do a study on this or a talk on this? Because a lot of people don't understand what manifestation really is, right? And we have to get to a place that we get better at incorporating that into our daily lives, right? Manifestation is actually mentioned in the Bible. You can go out there and search the scriptures. This is not my Bible class right now, but I can tell you that it is a part of what God has planned for us. Because when you are writing the vision and you are making it plain, you are speaking into the atmosphere. You are telling God what you are expecting to manifest. See, that's the thing. Stephanie, girl, I was getting ready to say, Stephanie Horton has been through some manifestation things that I know that she has talked to me about. And so I know that it works. Journaling causes you to force your atmosphere to see some things on a different level. I don't know about you, but when God said, write the vision, baby, I got the vision for 24. And when I'm writing down for the positive self-building class students, when I'm writing down for the college, what I'm writing down for the business in general, when I'm writing down for my personal, when I'm writing for me, baby, you better understand some things. It's time for you to put some things out of your head and put it onto the paper, onto the table of your life. Thank you, Coach. Coach K says, and journaling will free up your mind and allows it to perform critical functions of rest and repair. Baby, you better say that again. When you have had a bad day, and let me encourage you on this. I have several journals. One journal is nothing but my finances, my dreams, and my manifestation for my finances. I have one journal that I talk about nothing about business in it. What my day has showed me about business, right? And see, when I tell you, thank you, Coach Stephanie. Hey, my coaches are in the house on a day. These two ladies are part of the Coaches on Parade. Write that vision. I'm telling you, it's time for us to put some things into motion. I have several journals. Like I say, I have one journal that is strictly nothing about but my finances, what I want to see in my finances. When I pay a bill today, I want to turn around in my money journal. I call it my financial journal. My money journal. When I start writing there, I say, okay, I paid the bill, this bill on today, but coming in 2024, I'm not going to pay it late. I'm going to pay it on time. So you got to speak some things into existence. I will pay my bills on time. You got to talk it, guys. You got to make sure that you understand it, but you got to have a way of documenting it. Right? We all have to be accountable to our own pathways. And the way to do that is through journaling. I journal what I want to see in my relationships, baby. Why you think I'm teaching the class as I teach it? Because I have journaled some things that I expect to happen in my relationships. You got to know what you're talking about. And the best way to do it is write it down, write the vision, make it plain, pray over it, ask God to give you direction on how you are supposed to process that, baby. Because at the end of the day, when you're journaling, you're doing more than just talking about what Johnny did last night. You're doing more than talking about those wet dreams that you had, baby. You're talking about what you want to see manifest in the positive. You're talking about some things that's going to change your whole trajectory of your mind. I got so excited last night after sending information to those individuals that would be a part of the Favors Fair Conference for 2024. I was ecstatic. But what I wrote in my business journal was, this is going to be the biggest event ever that's going to ever hit the airways. The 2024 Favors Fair Conference bag. I'm telling you, it's going to blow your socks off. It is going to put your weave to on another level. It's going to change your makeup to a new freshness. It's going to make you sing a whole different song. La 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 la. Get ready, get ready. It's time for you to write these visions and make it happen. You didn't do it in 23, baby. You're going to do it in 24. The thing is, you got to make yourself a part of the process. And how you do the process is writing the vision, making it plain. Journal, journal, journal all day long. Write down everything that you desire. Write it down. Write it in such a way that only you and your master, the God that we serve, can understand it. Write the vision, make it plain. I have in my journal that I am going to be visiting 5 churches and I'm going to be doing personal development workshops. Just little old me, Victoria Elevates. Invite me to your church, and guess what's going to happen? I'm going to talk to you pastors, you leaders out there, and say, what can we do to better the community as a whole? Just not when they're sitting there praising the Lord, shouting the floor down, but what happens after that? In my journal, I have a whole piece that I am going to do in 2024. Baby, I'm writing a vision. I'm going to make it plain, and this going to kick it to another level. Why? Because I believe in the manifestation of what God has planned for me to be in this life. I'm telling you, I'm excited today. Look, the third tip I'm giving you today, and that's what we're doing today. We're changing and we're moving from these bad habits into some new habits. Create in me. Okay, Bible scholars, what does it say about creation? What are we supposed to be creating? We're supposed to be creating new avenues of peace. We're supposed to be creating this atmosphere, right? If you're, baby, let this mind so be in you. I'm creating some new habits so that my mind can wrap itself around it, where my mind can push it to another level. Baby, some of you are still in the same old place that you was last year and the year before that. And let me just tell you, the year before that, it's because you're doing the same thing that you did for the last 20 years. I'm going to need you to kick it up and change your habit plan, baby. Again, if you're looking for someone who can help you develop that business plan, if you're looking for somebody who can help you build that motivational plan, call me. I'm available. But in 2024, I want to go to the masses. I want to have more group sessions, but I want to do more group sessions in those avenues where people don't even think coaches are allowed, baby. Let me just tell you, in 2024, I'm going to change some habits of some people's mindsets, because it's time now for us to push and not be pulled. Coach K says it's all the time, practice, but not for us, baby. So I'm going to be practicing what I teach. Can you help me? I think you can, because in 2024, you're going to be telling me what you're doing to better your self-care. You're going to tell me how these tips are helping you. Taking that 30 minutes before you go to bed, I want you to document it for one weekend and send me in a review. Tell me what that 30 minutes did for you before you went to bed. How did it change the trajectory of your mind, baby? The mindset. How did it change it? When you took that few moments and you journaled and you wrote the vision, what did it look like when you got up the next morning? Sometimes when you write those visions and dreams down, baby, let me tell you what's going to happen tomorrow morning. When you wake up, you're going to feel regenerated because you put that process into motion. You got to move it. I can see that. I just want to do this. Yeah. I want to move it. Can y'all help me? I know y'all probably sitting there going, that lady is crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm trying to encourage you that self-care means more than just sitting around doing the same old thing, doing the same thing. Let's create some new habits for 24. Let's create those dreams and visions that we want to see come to pass. Baby, get ready. We have a conference that is a workshop that is coming up January the 20th. It's a personal development vision, a paint and vision party. It's going to be held here in High Point, North Carolina. I need you to register for the class. It's going to be fun. We're going to be doing some painting. We're going to be doing some personal development. We're going to be, it's 3 actual events in one session. In 2 hours, we're going to be talking about manifestation and how to get those visions to another level. We're going to be talking about what it looks like to have a good personal development plan as you create your vision. We're going to be talking about it because it's necessary for you to get it. You have to be a part of the change that you want to see in your life. Yes, Miss Carrie, I want to move it. I want to move it. Come to the workshop on January the 20th. We are bringing all of the energy that we can bring. And we got some vendors that have already registered. Y'all, let me just tell y'all, if y'all waiting to find out who coming, You better come to you better sign up, because I'm telling you, come whatever date it is, because the admin has put that out there, whatever date it is that you got to register before the prices go up, baby, I'm promising the price is going to go up. You're getting 3 workshops in 2 hours and at one event, baby, it's going to be worth every penny that you spend. I promise you. We're going to paint. We're going to have some brunch and runcheon. You can have a little brunch and runcheon with us. We're going to have some little snackety decks for you. We're going to have some people out there that's ready to do this next thing. 2024 ain't even seen what we're going to do with it, y'all, because I got you with me, because we're going to push it to the next level. All right, guys, I got to roll up out of here because y'all have talked me to death. And it's a self-care happy Friday day to me. And I hope it's been a happy Friday day to you, because I just got some notifications and I'm telling you, I'm super excited. You want to stay tuned to who's going to be on our show on Sunday. I promise you. And I promise you that we're going to have some fun on Sunday. And you're not going to want to miss it. Miss Carrie, I'm doing, hold on a minute, y'all. Miss Carrie, you don't want to miss it. She knows why. She knows when I give her heads up, that means something. But when I tell you, you don't want to miss this Sunday's event. We got a special guest that's going to come on Sunday, and I'm super excited about it. So guys, get ready, because guess what? It's a new season. It's a new day. See, I can go from rhythm and blues to church in a minute. Come on, Stephanie. The show starts at 7:00. Sandra is asking, so I'm gonna put that out there to you. Sunday's show always starts at 7:00. We always come on before Scooter's show does. Sandra, we come on at 7:00. Uncensored conversation with elevated, not tolerated. It's gonna be a fun one. It's gonna be one that came out the blue. You know, when something drops in your lap, you just gotta say, "Thank you, Jesus," and receive it. And that's what Sunday night is going to be. It's going to be one of those thank you, Jesus moments, because it's going to be fun. You're going to get a lot of information from my guests. You're going to be entertained. You're going to be blessed from the highest. Okay. All right, guys. I'm gonna tone it down now, because I got a Zoom that I got to get on, that I'm gonna be. Y'all pray my strength in the Lord, because it's getting ready to move another mountain. But we're going on another Zoom in about 30 minutes, and so we need to get prepared for that, guys. We're presenting some stuff. Miss K, we're presenting some stuff in about 30 minutes out there that's going to kind of blow my mind how that came about. But I want you to be ready. I want you to start planning for your 2024. Do some real self-care. I know we've been having some fun today, but that's what it's all about. It's about having fun. So look, I'll see you Sunday night on Uncensored Conversation, right here on Facebook Live, YouTube, and all other social medias. We're getting ready to expand into other areas. But you can join us right here on Facebook. We try to keep you alive here, okay? Because you know how that goes. But until then, we want you to always be elevated and not tolerated. We'll see you real soon. Have a blessed and wonderful day.